everybody. I wanted to make a video how to draw backgrounds in your sketchbook. So this is my sketchbook and this is drawing I made in my sketchbook, and this is the ebook I have where I teach how to draw perspective. So in the ebook I'm telling about different things like the horizon line, and let's start with that. So let me go to a new blank page. So you can basically use every software tool you want, and I wanted to show with this video how that you can even just use with an if you just have a sketchbook. So let me make this pencil. So I'm using this mechanical pencil because it's just really convenient. And so I will first start with making the canvas. So, and I'm using this ruler. So don't worry about using a ruler, it's totally fine. So first we're making a canvas. And the canvas is the space you're going to draw in. Think of the cinema screen. So most of the time I just make it really a bit rectangle. And so it's not perfectly square, so you have this cinema screen. And first I will add the horizon line. So most of the time I put the horizon line here or here, and later I will explain why. So let me put it here. And the best thing to have is a transparent ruler, because then you can watch through it. So, but this is fine. So this is the horizon line, and the horizon line is often at the eye level of the viewer. And in the ebook I'm telling more about that. But what I wanted to show here is how to draw a one-point perspective. So now we have the horizon, and now we want to add a vanishing point. So let's create this rail track. So let's create, actually let's put the horizon line higher, so here. So put it, the ruler here, and let's make the horizon line here. So now we can add the vanishing point here. And if we have this vanishing point, there are all these lines, what you can see here, going from this point or from this point to that point. They vanishing in this point. And you can, again, you can use the ruler like this, like this, like this, and you can just make all these lines going to this point. And honestly, most of the time in my sketchbook I do it freehand, and that's also you can also practicing getting used to using that freehand drawing. So now we have this vanishing point, and for example, if we would draw a character like here, that's standing here, his eyes would be at the same height as the horizon line, at least if the person is just as high as our. If it's a kid, it will be lower, etc. But that's not really the thing I wanted to tell here in this video. So now we're going to draw a train track. So let's make these lines a bit thicker here, and let's set this here. So here, this is the thickness of the rail track. Now you can use the ruler again, going from this point to this point. So here are all those lines coming together, also the train track. So let's use this, then here. So if we make here this wooden plank, let's make it here. Now you can also sketch it and then go over it with your ruler and give it this thickness. And this line goes up, just vertical up. So there's no perspective there. And let's just add, so like this here. And now we can get this point and connect it to this side. So here. And in, for example, in Procreate, you have these software that you can use to draw the perspective manually, but I will, automatically, but I will really recommend learning this perspective by hand, because that will help you understanding, and that way you can also draw it really freehand really fast. So let's make this bit, etc. And then here. So like this here. Now we can add another plank. So let's put it here. Also the thickness. And most of the time the second plank I often eyeball. Now what we can do if we connect this point with this point, then, and this point with this point, then we know where the center point is. So, and I don't want to get too into depth into it, because then the video will be too long, and I'm also telling this in the ebook more. But this is basically how I figure out where the next track is. So, and then I can also make that calculation a bit here, and the rest I just guess. So something like that. Let's draw in that house here, I think. Let's put that house here. So here I'm making a line like this, and then we can get this line up right here. So it's 1 point perspective. With 2 points perspective, this line will also vanishing this 2 points. But this side of that house will go to that vanishing point. So let's move here and here. Let's add this line here. And now we can also draw these lines for the roof. And you can so like this. And actually this is how I would draw a drawing like this. And at first I will set this up with the perspective. And maybe it's a bit confusing now, but it's really doable. Let me show that by drawing in just something really simple. So if we have this vanishing point here, and we draw these lines here, and we want to draw a cube, you first do this, then you first draw one side of that cube, like this here. Then you get this point to that vanishing point and this side as well. And let's connect this side also. So now we have drawn a cube in perspective. And we can also calculate, if you can see through that cube, you can also see it like here, here, here. So then here this is the part you won't see near this part, but you do see this part like this here. And in the I don't have that much time, so in the ebook I'm telling that more also about 3-point perspective or 2-point perspective. So there are 2 vanishing points. And you can check out my ebook if you want to see more tips about it. For example, how to calculate these poles, this distance from each other. And it seems really hard, but it's actually quite logic and makes sense when you figure it out. Hey everybody! In this video I'm showing how I draw a house in my sketchbook. So first I start putting all the perspective lines, and then I really loosely start making the big shapes first. And once I have that, I start adding in all the details. And this goes really fast. And if you want to see out more, check the link in my bio for my tutorials. But I can hope that you see here the steps. And what I usually normally do when I design this, I first make some little scribbles to decide what I want to draw. So it's not, so in this case, I just started building this house from big blocks and see where it goes. Just to practice a bit and have a bit of fun with it. And here you can see me finishing all the details. So save all the small details for last. Big shapes first. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out more tutorials from me, you can check out my Gumroad page, gumroad.com/mitchleeuwen. And there I sell all these ebooks with tutorial videos and ebook. So this is the whole bundle. In this bundle is 9 hours of video content plus 10 ebooks. But you can also buy the ebooks separately. So for example, this how to draw characters, it's added with a 2.5 hour video tutorial about drawing characters, and the ebook is plus 100 pages long. I also have an ebook about how to learn digital painting. And there I talk about how to paint, how to color and light works. And there's also a video of 1.5 hour video long, Photoshop brushes and 2 Photoshop work files. So, and I also have different ebooks there as well, how to draw backgrounds or how to learn anatomy and so on. So yeah, you could check that out. You can also check out my Patreon page, and on my Patreon page for $5 a month, you get weekly video lessons of 1 hour, and I also give feedback on people, their homework. And you can also join the Discord page there, and I also give discounts and gifts. So for example, if you join this month in December, you will get my newest ebook about drawing animals. More news about that soon. So yeah, that's it. And let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.